What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we're going to be going over 50 Bt-08 deck profiles. We're going to give a glance. These are all winning top first through third places that have taken their locals by storm. Yes, this is a little bit of a locals viewing point. They haven't had major events, but it's enough data for us to get an understanding of where the meta is going, what decks are kind of just going to be holding out, and what decks started phasing out. So guys, without further ado, let's dive right in and let's start this video. After last week's resurgence, I would say, of the Ice Wall, control lockdown deck for blue, it seems like EmperorGreymon kind of started falling off the competitive scene, just not as fast as its counterparts of Justimon and the BlackWarGreymon deck. They're both just extremely powerful decks, and EmperorGreymon just fell off ever so slightly. Sadly, that is how that goes, but EmperorGreymon did make a top this week, taking a first place at a locals. Really nice to see that it's still a viable deck. It has Analog Boy, and I think this is max rarity too, which is really nice for the bling. I like when you see the max rarity kind of stuff. Makes it really hit home. So let's talk about it. We had Red Justimon taking a first place as well, taking 2 Chimeramons to be able to Jogrus either Digivolve on top of the Sistermons or use, Savior Hawkmon, say the red, like let's say Greymon and Sistermon, combine them together. Even though the Sistermons are blank, they can easily Jogrus together, and then you'll get another inheritable, rebuilding your stack after it's been blown up. Chimeramon just brings you back into the game very easily. 1 dedicated plan, 1 Gaia Force, Judgment of the Blade, red memory boost, to search out stuff. You get 4 Justimon, Omnimon, no real other backups, which is acceptable. We have plenty of searchers to get there, and they have the new Hawkmon that's when swings, so it benefits you to swing out with it. Then we got another Justimon list. This one's using Biomon that lets you draw a card when you attack a player. It's also using the Gadurumon. I'm gonna screw up that name and everybody's gonna hate me for it, but that's fine. Using new cards is okay. I haven't seen this used before. I think that's a very interesting tech choice. Outside of that, it's a very bread and butter kind of deck. You find most of these staples as always. Next, we have another Chimeramon Justimon. 2 Chimeramons, just fusioning it out right, fluffing it out. I think this is a very solid, dedicated list. Ties, 3 Analog Boys. It's there. I see the point. Then we have another list, the guys for you to check out. So using GeoGreymon's a very interesting surprise tech. I like the new trial deck version of Greymon. It's really nice, clean looking, and amazing art, I think. Down to 2 ties. Using Gravity Crusher to gain you an extra 2 memory is really a solid tech. I kind of get it that you don't want to burn memory or give your opponent too much, but if you can wombo combo out, Gravity Crusher could definitely give you another option if you don't think the memory booster is optimal enough. Let's check it out. Now let's get into this BlackWarGreymon list. We see it, we know it's coming, so let's take a look. I think this is the wrong Agumon. This is supposed to be the Agumon that Digivolves on top of a Tamer, because there's no way you're going to be playing the Warp Agumon for any reason besides just trying to psych your opponent out. But let's take a look at this. We get 2 Demi. Koramon's definitely a must in this deck. Agumon, of course. Agumon promo that you slam down to pop something with 3,000 or less DP, since you are in a more rookie-oriented meta. I think slamming that down might help out just to get something off the board. Then this Agumon promo is really nice. Having this Agumon's just going to be nutty. This is supposed to be the Agumon that Digivolves on top of a Tamer. Thank you guys for trying. Then you have Greymon with the extra security. Then you have this one saying when you have a red Digimon in play, this Digimon gains block, I think, or rush. I don't remember. I can't read tiny print sometimes. Let's see if we can zoom in and get a better zoom. Let's see. Yeah, it gains blocker. Okay. So it's a blocker gain. Okay. I can live that. I can live that life. So then you have Cyclopmon being destroy one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 DP or less. Metal Greymon giving the jamming from the EX collector. So definitely think about picking that up in the EX collection, even if it's the alternate art, just to load yourself up. This Metal Greymon is just nasty, triggering D-Digi-Evolution on one of your opponent's Digimon when it Digivolves, and that's huge. And then you have Chimeramon just to get your resources back in a stack, just to get that BlackWarGreymon popping Tamers. And then Dark Gaia Force, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon or with a play cost 15 or less, delete all the chosen Digimon. That is huge. It adds up and just goes boom. You gotta say, that's nasty little card. Here's another list using the Greymon from the new trial deck, using the Greymon that also warps itself for 1 evolutionary cost on top of an Agumon. It's not a bad tech choice. I think it's a really nice one. Using the new Red Tamer because I think that's a pretty decent optional tech because it can rest itself for your level 5 or highers, and then give it an extra couple boosts, and it sets your memory to 3. So it's not a bad option if you need more power. The Nokias, definitely pick up your Nokias. Gormon, this is not a bad tech choice. I think it's an optimal choice. Then you have, you know, the WarGreymon that swings in and just checks so much security, it's not even funny. Next, let's take another gander. So we got WarGreymon from the trial deck. Again, they got the trial deck in there that has a bunch of reprints. And it doesn't have anything too crazy going for it. It doesn't use the Dark Gaia Force, which I'm surprised, but it uses this option here. The one that, the new 8 option from Bt-08, which is pretty cool. You got Agumons. Gazamon is really interesting, being able to shut down any green warping shenanigans, which is not bad. Another, you know, I'm seeing this here. I'm liking it. Ooh, they have the BlackWarGreymon tech, and they have Agumon. So this is BlackWar Agumons. I can see it. I can see it. Definitely playing the ties, because if you promote the Agumon up, and then you can just freely Digivolve a little bit into this. So it's not a bad choice. I think there's plenty of options and a lot of wiggle room, in my opinion, for this. So, guys, I think this is a pretty solid, decent list. I think the Chimeramon's a good choice. Just the ties, just to get the extra draw. Not a bad idea to be able to warp into another game winner. So, BlackWarGreymon, I probably would be picking up a full alternate art playset. That was all of them. So, let's talk about Imperialdramon Green Blue. It took up the Storm Mantle lately, so you got the Davises, pretty much the best green blue option ever in existence. Just clear out anything you think is a threat. Just go bye-bye. That's huge. Imperialdramon Paladin mode. I still don't get why they keep doing that, but I feel like it just fits the ensemble. It's just not that overly needed. Whoopsies. This is another one. Oops, sorry about that, guys. We're gonna backpedal real quick. That goes there. We're gonna bring you here. Quick glance, another BlackWarGreymon, but that's not a bad deal. So we have blue-green Jogger's Imperialdramon, another solid tech, having the one Imperialdramon Paladin mode. Giga Death and Mega Death are huge, great, powerful option removals that blue-green is just gonna be nasty for a while. If you're a big fan of Imperialdramon, this is the deck you've been waiting for. I gotta say, it's still really good. You also have Armor, you know, V-Armor Imperialdramon that just runs everything for VMon. If you're a huge VMon fan, these are the decks for you. I gotta say, Armor Texture, Red Rocket, just being a really awesome board presence. And I think this is a pretty solid list, I gotta say. Next, let's take a look. We have Imperialdramon Dragon Mode again. You have Flower Cannon and Hidden Potential discovered. Yeah, I think Hidden Potential discovered is really nice, but holy cow, they're playing 2-2-2-2 across the board. I feel the dedication in this man's heart. He says, I want to play all Imperialdramons because they're all good. And I think that's a good statement. Next, let's take James. I already grabbed you. I know that. Then you have Imperialdramon Armor Burst a little bit here. It's an Imperialdramon Dragon mode with some Ice Wall in there and then Giga Death. So that's really nice to see these lists. I think it's showing up that blue-green is kind of the more dominant force in this meta. It feels like it has the most stage presence, and it's going to be the Imperialdramon deck. I feel like out of all the decks in this meta, blue-green Imperialdramon is like the go-to MVP of this format. So don't sleep on it. I think this is going to be the deck you want to have all the pieces in before they get out of hand. Chimeramon is just going to be that ace card that everybody hunts, and that's going to be probably the $10 super rare, let's be honest. Then we have another Imperialdramon list. Really nice seeing Imperialdramon just do its thing. It just takes out too much security. Your opponent just doesn't have answers to this. Omnimon and then Imperialdramon Paladin mode. Really cool. Then we have a Imperialdramon list, a little bit of an Imperialdramon list. It's more armor controlled. So this is the Digiburst using Magna Angemons, Flame-Dramon, Rapimon. Just really good, solid Digiburst. They have a second stance just to be there. As long as the they're not minusing DP, you're kind of fine. They don't go anywhere right away, and then you just got a Vmon underneath. Let's take another look. We got Armored Digiburst, like pure, and I like this list actually. It's pretty interesting. It's well rounded. I think there's not much I could complain about it. I see all the Vmons in here. We got Red Rocket, the arm option for the Digi Armors, Mega Death, and just everything Vmon related. And then you have Submarinemon, which is not a bad Digiburst themed deck. Now let's take a look. The Ice Wall has been kind of coming back. Bonds of Friendship, you know, this control deck is just really annoying to deal with because you just shut down a lot of your opponent's Digimon. They either can't, you know, do anything. They're just losing so much resources that you just blow them up left and right. They just don't have their stacks. They're just struggling so hard, and you use Digimon that just gain you so much advantage if they don't have sources. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this deck continues to do extremely well. Gabubon's Magna Garurumon is just really cool. Ice Walls. I love it. I love all what they're doing with it. It's a really solid tech and just going for it. Another just pure Magna Garurumon here, using Mega Fusion to get into Suzanomon. Really awesome Ice Wall, Tommy. Like, these are just the staple tamers that you're not going to see go anywhere. I think that's just expected now. Imperialdramon Jagras. Again, I don't know why I misordered this. I thought I did a pretty good job, but hey, it happens when you're trying to make a bunch of lists. We got Championship, another Ice Wall lockdown, but it uses Analog Boy to focus on getting out. Where is he? Where is he? Actually, good question. You have Suzanomon in here, but where's your Mega? I don't see his Mega in here, boys and girls. I don't know where it went. Apparently, he did not play a Mega. I am impressed, but I think he just left it out. It is the Magna Garurumon, so I feel like he just forgot to put it down. But I could be wrong. 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, I think he just either used his Suzanomon as an option just to slam down or something. I don't know. So let's see. We got Imperialdramons. We got Imperialdramon deck doing its thing, you know, being that really powerful deck in the meta that just does everything where blue-green wants. Another Ice Wall deck. Blue hybrids, just taking names, kicking butt. You got, let's talk about some security control, yellow hybrids. This is a really awesome list because you pretty much focus on recovering so much resources that your opponent is swinging into your heavy, powerful options that are just going to blow up anything that stands in its way. And being able to use your tamers as an advantage to pull out the Digimon to Digivolve on top, allowing you to gain some draw advantage and swing in, is huge with this deck. So definitely don't sleep on this. Jet Sylphimons, the Kazas, and Zerforimons, Dynasmon, you know, Seraphimon, Suzanomon, just taking out names, beating your opponent's face in, and just making them have a bad day. I think that's what that deck's overall ideal and philosophy is. Just hit them with the security and hurt them badly. And I don't even understand why they even play this, because Three Musketeers really hasn't done anything in this meta in ages. Maybe his locals is heavy with it, so he probably uses it as a tech point. You know, security, control, yellow hybrid. This one uses Magna Angemon and Golden Rapamon, which is cool to see them actually teching these in. You can probably Digivolve on top of the Salas or the Patamons, which is really awesome. I think it's a little heavy cost to do so, but it's cool to see the Golden Armor Digimon in this deck. Then we have another yellow hybrid splashing in the Golden Armor Rapamon, which is really sad to see. I really want to see this as a version in full green, but apparently green didn't want to really show any representation this week, and I feel bad for it. Just struggling just to probably keep up. It looks like they're using Magna Kidmon with the BlackWarGreymon, which is a nice combo tech, and then using BT1's Seraphimon to do some recovery and swing in for heavy damage. So I kind of see where they're going with it, and I appreciate where he's kind of going. Great job. Next, let's talk about some purple. Purple has been taking the format as well, because Justimon is just such an oppressive card that just punishes your opponent both ways till Sunday. And with the ability to warp into these at the end phase is huge for this, because taking your ultimate and bringing it right into a mega as you pass turn is going to make your opponent just go like, what the heck? So definitely don't sleep on any of these. It's looking like a very high potential deck. Next, another one using Omnimon's Warp, Mastimon's Chaos Degeneration, Flame Hellscythe, Ultimate Sacrifice to get your ultimates back. Whew, bless me. And Lucimon Chaos Mode coming in just to be Chaos Mode. Then you got Ophonomy Fall Down Mode and Mastamon Combo. This deck is seeing some relatively decent support last week, but it seems like it's kind of tapered off. It's not as hyped as it was. I like where they're going with it. Analog Boy Mega Fusion with Zawart. Analog Boy triggers when Zawart dies. No, it doesn't, because it didn't go to trash. It goes to bottom deck. That is true. Didn't get deleted. But you can pop it by natural means. So it's really interesting to see how that's going. It looks like Purple's Myotismon deck kind of just phased off of the existence this week. Sad, but true. We got Fall Down Mode plus our Mastamons, you know, all the fun, good stuff. Then we have, you know, another recovery version with Mastamon focus with Fall Down Mode being the center focus decks. I really like when we see this. Ophanimon Fall Down Mode alternate art is sexy. This is another close to high rarity deck I'm looking at. Here's another purple yellow hybrid kind of deck with Mastamon and Fall Down Mode, and it uses the new secret rare just to punish your opponent some more. So we got Three Musketeers actually came out of nowhere this weekend. I'm going to say there's 2 listings, but it's really nice to see them make another reappearance and resurgence. There's a lot of great options that Bt-08 had in store for it. So let's keep looking. Maybe we'll see some more. Bellastar, you know, really taking it head front here. I'm liking it. I feel like it's a slept on deck, even though there's probably just a little bit better in the hybrid department. Let's talk about it. Alphamon really started showing up this weekend using Sanzoris and Alphamon just to clear out security stacks and restand and just OTK your opponent. This is just basically what Black needed to be in Bt-06, but they got it in Bt-08 and they had to give it like a massive power bump, I gotta say. So it's great to see where they're going with this. Alphamon still doing Alphamon things. More Alphamon things going on here. Zenborg Punch, Breath of the Gods, really awesome to see. Zenborg Punch just to clear out more security and just make your opponent regret having a day. Oh, man. So, Alter S, really nice to see that to de-digivolve the armor bursters and just pop the whole board since it is still a rookie rush style format. Really awesome to see these kind of techs. Alphamon, Orisamon. It's just really awesome. I see like where the potential lies, and it's got a lot of huge potential that this X antibody, especially with BT9 coming for them, we're going to see some massive changes in the format. I think we're going to be enjoying a lot of cool techs, a lot of amazing cards. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comment what Bt-08 deck you're excited for. What deck are you going to build? Because I know it's a little ways away for us, but this is huge.